This is ATN Global News. First, the headlines. Delta Police arrest major arms supplier, recover arsenal. Abu Zaria denies alleged secret nuclear weapon project. Presidency clarifies reason for sacking service chiefs. Bank of Agriculture launches $200 million fund for displaced Nigerians. Trump heads to Asia for G talks, eyes Kim meeting. Sunderland shocks Chelsea with 2-1 win at Stamford Bridge. Actress Ngozi Nwosu speaks against domestic violence.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
These people into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourable
You human trafficker.
Honourable They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back. Special Assignments Team of the Delta State Police Command has arrested a key supplier of weapons to bandit groups in the northern part of Nigeria. The suspect, one Ahmed Ibrahim, 31, male, resident of Ekpan in Uvwe local government area, has long been on the command's watch list for his alleged role in several high-profile kidnapping and armed robbery operations. The command's police public relations officer, Bright Edafe, in a statement disclosed that acting on credible intelligence from the Force Technical Intelligence Unit, Abuja operatives of the CP Special Assignments Team, led by ASP Julius Robinson, arrested the female suspect, one Jamila Abubakar, at Konoy Filling Station, Warri Patani Road, Eforon. The statement revealed that upon her arrest, officers discovered the cash sum of 550,000 naira neatly concealed beneath her bag and suspected to be proceeds from illicit transactions. Her apprehension provided a crucial lead that set off a well-coordinated follow-up operation. SP Edafe further noted that preliminary investigations revealed that the suspect is a key supplier of weapons to bandit groups in the north and has long been on the command's watch list for his alleged role in several high-profile kidnapping and armed robbery operations. Commissioner of Police Olufemi Abaniwanda described the breakthrough as another testament to the command's unwavering commitment to stemming the flow of illegal arms, dismantling criminal syndicates, and bringing offenders to justice. Nigeria Union of Journalists, Abia State Council, has commended the Abia State government for approving the 2024 to 2025 promotion exercise for civil servants in the state. The NUJ, however, expressed regrets that the last promotion exercise has not been implemented, noting that many workers were promoted and issued with General 35, yet their salaries do not reflect their new grade. This was contained in a communique issued by the NUJ after its October Congress, signed by the chairman Chidi Ashonye and the secretary Ike Onwegbo. The journalist described implemented promotions as a motivation for efficiency and productivity and urged Governor Alex Oates to direct all relevant authorities to implement the financial implications of the promotion exercises. The NUJ also applauded Governor Oti for approving 50 million naira for the payment of salary backlogs owed to diseased workers in the state over the last 16 years and appealed to the governor to fulfill his promise on the payment of gratuities to pensioners. The Congress further urged the state government to intervene and compel the power distribution company to ensure proper metering and fair billing of customers in response to recent public outcry. The Abia NUJ also called on the state government to investigate the causes of recent building collapses in the state and to publish a report on the 3-story building that collapsed in Umahia. Detectives from the Central Police Station, Umahia, have apprehended a 54-year man, Kalu Ugwa Ogbonaya, in connection with a cargo consignment containing arms and ammunition. According to a statement by the Abia State Police Command on Saturday, the consignment contained 26 live cartridges and another carton contained a pump-action gun. The statements are signed by DSP Maureen Chinaka. The police public relations officer of the command said the arrest was made on 17th of October 2025, adding that further search of the consignment led to the recovery of one Mossberg 930 pump action and 50 rounds of live cartridges, all of which were to be received by the suspect. The Abia State Police Command spokesperson also disclosed that one Okando Leach, who claimed to be a member of a vigilante group, was arrested on 23rd of October 2025 by its Scorpion squad for allegedly shooting one Chuku Emeka on his right leg in Aba. She said that the gunshot victim was rushed to the hospital for medical attention, while a locally made double-barreled gun was allegedly recovered from the suspect. Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State has ordered an investigation to fish out the proponents behind the instigation of the reintroduction of harmful widowhood practices in the state. Uzodinma gave the charge in Ishieke Awo on Mama, Oru East, where female siblings of a deceased man, Odinakachi Indibusi, tried to force his wife, Chika Ndibusi, to drink the water used to wash the corpse to prove her innocence over his death on Friday. Represented by the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Lady Nkechi Ugu, Uzodinma warned locals to desist from such practice, saying it will not be allowed in Imo State. The Imo State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Chief Nkechi Ugu, and security operatives had on Friday saved the widow, Mrs. Chika Ndibusi, from drinking the water used to wash her husband's corpse. Ugu disclosed that the widow Chika Joy Amanda was falsely accused by her in-laws, the Aka Megulem family, of killing him. Sources who pleaded anonymity said Chika was locked inside the ambulance that conveyed the corpse to the Ishieke community, waiting for her to drink the water before help arrived. However, due to the heavy presence of security operatives and government officials, Odinakachi's siblings backed down and allowed her to alight from the ambulance. Thereafter, security operatives directed that the burial ceremony begin and ensured the dust-to-dust rites was performed by Chika and her children, and the corpse was buried. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has lauded President Bola Tinubu for the appointment of General Olufemi Oluyede as the new Chief of Defense Staff. She described the gesture as a profound recognition of excellence and a source of pride for the people of Ekiti State. A10 had earlier reported that Tinubu made changes in the hierarchy of the service chiefs on Friday. Oluyede, native of Ikere Ekiti, was until his new appointment the Chief of Staff of Army Staff. His elevation to the apex of Nigeria's military hierarchy, Oyebanji said, is both a testament to his dedication and a reflection of Tinubu's commitment to merit and national service. In a statement issued by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Yinka Oyebode from Ado Ekiti and put on the state website on Saturday, the governor thanked the president, saying the appointment recognizes the exemplary qualities of the Ikere Ekiti born general. Oyebanji praised the new defense chief as a shining example of the Ekiti spirit of service, honor, and excellence. The Lagos State government, in partnership with the developer overseeing the relocation of Computer Village from Ikeja to Katangowa in Agbado Okeodo, has introduced a flexible payment plan to support traders during the transition. The plan was unveiled at a stakeholders meeting held in Alausa Ikeja, where officials reaffirmed the government's readiness to actualize the long-delayed relocation of Africa's largest ICT market. Speaking at the event, the Permanent Secretary, Office of Urban Development, Architect Bolahan Oki, said Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration is determined to complete the project and resolve the long-standing relocation challenges. Oki explained that the existing Computer Village site, originally a residential area, has suffered from unplanned expansion and congestion, displacing residents and straining local infrastructure. He added that the new Katangowa complex will be developed in line with the global standards, incorporating modern facilities to ensure a smooth transition for traders. Earlier this year, Computer Village leadership launched a biometric registration and enumeration drive to sanitize the market, enhance security, and restore investor confidence. Aziz described the initiative as part of a broader rebranding strategy to combat issues such as phone theft, fraudulent technicians, and the sale of counterfeit products. Under the new market regulations, only registered vendors with visible identification cards will be allowed to trade. In addition, approved street displays will be limited to plastic chairs, show glasses, and umbrellas, while the use of wooden structures and open flames will be prohibited to minimize fire hazards. Lagos State government has completed the installation of the final ductile cast iron pipe in the ongoing Adiyon 2 water project. The State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, announced the development in a post on X on Saturday. He described it as a major milestone in the project. The Adiyon 2 water project, according to the state government, is expected to deliver about 70 million gallons of potable water daily when completed. It forms part of ongoing efforts to expand water supply infrastructure across the state and address the long-standing challenge of inadequate access to safe water. In a similar update shared in September, the Commissioner disclosed that pipe laying had reached 98% completion, with ongoing efforts focused on addressing minor contingencies to ensure efficiency and adherence to the project's timeline. He said the project, when completed, will significantly improve access to clean and safe water, reaffirming Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's commitments to delivering sustainable infrastructure under the Themes Plus agenda. Kano State Deputy Governor Comrade Aminu Abdulsalam Gwazo has assured the adequate security of lives and property for embassies, cultural organizations, both local and international, that will grace the occasion of the Kano Festival, slated for 3 days. He also said that arrangements have been put in place within and around the festival venues to ensure a peaceful and successful event. Comrade Gwazo stated this while briefing newsmen as part of activities marking Kano Festival 2025. He then reaffirmed the government's commitments to preserving and promoting the state's rich cultural heritage, traditions, and values for the benefit of future generations. According to him, the festival aims to revive and reignite Kano's cultural identity, connecting younger generations with the past while showcasing the state's heritage to people within and outside Nigeria. He added that the Kano State government recognizes culture not merely as a form of entertainment, but as a driver of economic growth, social development, and peace building. Comrade Gwazo noted that the festival was organized to rediscover the traditions, creativity, and craftsmanship that have distinguished Kano for centuries, describing the state as a beacon of civilization and scholarship. The maiden edition of Canfest Kalankuwa, a grand festival celebrating arts and culture, is scheduled to hold from October 25th to 27th, 2025. Bauchi State Police Command has arrested a suspected kidnapper and rescued 2 minors abducted in Tilden, Fulani, Toro local government area of the state. The command's public relations officer Ahmed Wakil disclosed this in a statement issued on Saturday. According to him, on Thursday, October 23, 2025, one Aliyu Hamisu of Tilden, Fulani, reported to the divisional police headquarters that his children, Halima Hamisu, 12, and Mohammed Aliyu Hamisu, 6, were kidnapped by an unknown individual while waiting for their school bus along the main road in Tilden town. He reviewed that preliminary investigation showed an eyewitness saw a man on a tricycle picking up the children. Later, the suspected kidnapper contacted the family, demanding 50 million naira ransom through a foreign phone number to prevent tracing. Acting on credible intelligence, detectives strategically cordoned off the area, leading to the arrest of the suspect while collecting the ransom. Further investigation led the police to Angunwan Rukuba in Jos Plateau State, where the 2 abducted children were safely rescued and reunited with their parents. Wakil said the prime suspect was identified as Abdul Karim Tasiu, a relative of the victims who confessed to the crime and cited long-standing grievances against his uncle as motive. Katsina State Governor Malam Diko Rada has approved the release of 677 billion 572 I beg your pardon 677,572,815 naira for the payment of bursary allowances, academic excellence awards and special needs scholarships to Katsina students studying in various tertiary institutions across Nigeria. This was contained in a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor Ibrahim Mohammed, made available to journalists on Saturday. Mohammed noted that the approval reaffirms RADA's commitment to educational empowerment, inclusiveness, and global academic excellence. The Executive Secretary of the Katsina State Scholarship Board, Dr. Aminu Swari, described the governor's approval as a landmark decision that reflects the administration's unwavering commitment to human capital development. He expressed appreciation to the governor for making education a central pillar of his leadership, emphasizing that this is not just about figures, but about vision and purpose. He also commended the governing members of the scholarship board for their transparency and professionalism, assuring that every kobo of the approved funds will be judiciously utilized for the benefit of deserving students. According to him, award letters will be distributed to beneficiaries in their respective institutions beginning Tuesday, October 28, 2025, while newly admitted Katsina students currently in the Nigerian Law School are expected to report to the Scholarship Board headquarters between Monday, October 27 and Thursday, October 30, 2025 for documentation and further processing. Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State has inaugurated the Accreditation and Special Duties Subcommittees of the People's Democratic Party ahead of its 2025 elective national convention. The convention is scheduled to hold on November 15 and 16 in Ibadan, Oyo State. The inauguration of the Accreditation Subcommittee took place on Friday at the PDP Legacy House in Maitama, Abuja. The committee is responsible for producing the delegates list booklets and tags for participants and observers, as well as accrediting and ensuring the welfare of delegates. Lawal also inaugurated the Special Duties Subcommittee at the PDP National Secretariat, Wadata Plaza, Abuja. The committee is tasked with coordinating financial activities, approving budgets, fundraising, and managing the disbursements during the convention. He noted that both subcommittees form part of the National Convention Organizing Committee, working towards a smooth and credible exercise. Zamfara State chapter of the All Progressives Congress has dismissed reports of internal crisis within the party, accusing Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi and former Senator Kabiru Marafa of seeking attention and attempting to cause division. In a statement on Saturday, the party's publicity secretary, Yusuf Idris Gusau, said the APC in Zamfara remains united under the leadership of key figures such as the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale. He described Shinkafi and Marafa as disgruntled elements trying to undermine the party for personal reasons. Shinkafi had earlier called on President Bola Tinubu and the APC National Chairman, Professor Nentawe Yiwata, to intervene in what he described as widening divisions within the Zamfara chapter, warning that the crisis could affect the party's chances in 2027. Gosau, however, dismissed his comments, alleging that Shinkafi turned against Matawale despite benefiting politically from him in the past. He also accused Marafa of leaving the party after failing to secure appointments. The party maintained that it remains united, citing the recent victory in the Karan Namoda South State Assembly by-election as proof of its strength. Gosau said the APC's unity was the result of the collective efforts of Matawale, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, Senator Ahmad Yani Sani Yarima, and former Governor Mahmouda Shinkafi. He added that the party would continue to strengthen its internal cohesion ahead of the 2027 elections. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We'll be back after this break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. This is the Global News and Atlantic Television Network, and now to the rest of our stories. The presidency has given further insight into the reason for the sacking of the service chiefs in the country. While denying that the military shake-up was connected to a rumored coup plot, the presidency said it was a move to inject new direction into the armed forces. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, told newsmen that Tinubu acted within his authority to make leadership changes in the military. Earlier on Friday, the president had announced sweeping changes into the military hierarchy. A statement by the special advisor to the president on media and public communication, Sunday Dare, named General Olufemi Oluyede as the new chief of defense staff, replacing General Christopher Musa. The development came barely a week after an online media platform, Sahara Reporters, published a story alleging that some military officers plotted to remove President Tinubu. However, the defense headquarters denied the story. Reacting to the speculation, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Tope Ajayi, explained that the move followed 2 years of sustained operations under the previous chiefs. He noted that the move reflected the president's desires to inject new direction, vigor, and energy into the military. Federal government has raised healthcare insurance enrollment to cover about 20 million Nigerians and is working to reach 44 million citizens by 2030. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare Muhammad Pate disclosed this in a post on X, formerly Twitter, on Saturday, noting that the development reflects President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and the country's steady progress toward universal health coverage, while providing an update on Nigeria's progress in expanding access to quality and affordable health insurance. He said in 2024, Nigeria broke its enrollment record with more than 2.4 million people. 4 million new people insured, bringing total coverage to about 20 million Nigerians. He noted that the new healthcare policy is the surest path to reducing out-of-pocket expenditure, which still represents about 70% of total health spending. Social health insurance schemes now account for 90% of all enrollments nationwide. He added, he explained that to strengthen accountability, he has directed the National Health Insurance Authority to commence covert mystery shopping to monitor providers and ensure that enrollees are not denied treatment. He revealed that nearly 120,000 health workers have been trained since 2023 and 2,500 doctors, nurses, midwives and community health extension workers have been recruited to strengthen frontline services. Ahmadu Bello University Zaria has denied the allegation that it was involved in developing a nuclear weapon for Nigeria. The university refuted the claims in a statement by the Director of Public Affairs Directorate, Malam Awalu Umar, on Saturday in Zaria. Umar described the video where the allegation was made as AI generated, adding that it was aimed at misinforming the public about Nigeria's peaceful nuclear energy program. According to him, the video falsely claimed that Nigerian scientists in the 1980s secretly enriched weapons-grade uranium in Kaduna and that Abu researchers obtained centrifugal equipment from the AQ Khan network in Pakistan. The institution's mouthpiece further explained that the information was baseless, unfounded, and unsubstantiated. He added that most of the ABU scientists at the Center for Energy Research and Training, CERT, were still undergoing training abroad as of the 1980s and could not have participated in uranium enrichment. Immediate past Governor of Benue State, Samuel Atom, has assured his members in the People's Democratic Party that he has no plan to leave the party. He rather said that the party would come together to reclaim power in the state comes 2027. Autumn gave the assurance in Makurdi at the weekend while hosting members of the PDP G14 and other PDP stakeholders from the 14 local government areas in the state of Benue Northeast and Benue Northwest Senatorial District. According to him, all the insinuations about his defection are nothing but the work of mischief makers. The former governor called on the stakeholders to remain resolute and committed to rebuilding the party in the state and assured his continued support to the party. He reiterated his stand not to contest for any elective positions in 2027, but promised to stand solidly behind the party's candidate to record victories and advise all PDP aspirants to consult widely and not be discouraged by the wave of defections to the ruling party. In his remarks, the leader of the PDP G14, Dr. Laha Zeva, who spoke on behalf of the forum, pledged continued support and loyalty to the former governor, appreciating what he described as his purposeful leadership. And also some business news. Bank of Agriculture said it has secured a $200 million livelihood support fund to boost economic resilience and provide sustainable livelihoods for displaced persons and migrants across Nigeria. The fund, secured in partnership with the International Organization for Migration, was formalized through a memorandum of understanding signed in Abuja. The collaboration aims to tackle displacement, food insecurity, and rural poverty while empowering affected populations to lead their own recovery. It aligns with Nigeria's national development priorities and Agenda 2063 of the African Union, both of which emphasize resilience, self-reliance, and inclusive growth. The agreement, signed by IOM's Deputy Director General for Operations, Ugochi Daniels, and BOA's Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Ayo Shotinrin, is aimed at promoting economic inclusion among vulnerable groups. Speaking during the signing, BOA's Managing Director, Ayo Shotinrin, described the partnership as an investment in people and national stability. Also speaking, Daniel said the partnership reflects a shared commitment to advancing sustainable solutions for migrants and communities affected by displacement. Nigeria Customs Service Tin Can Island Port Command has announced the interception of 2 containers laden with motor vehicles used to conceal illicit drugs worth 5.3 billion naira. A statement by the Tin Can Island Port Command's Public Relations Officer, CSC OE Ivara, noted that while addressing members of the press, the Customs Area Controller Frank Onyeka highlighted the seizures as a testament to the command's resolve to safeguard Nigeria's borders and ensure compliance with international trade regulations. According to the area controller, the first container and bill of lading originating from Montreal, Canada, was intercepted on 4th September 2025 through intelligence and coordinated enforcement efforts. Upon physical examination jointly conducted with other relevant agencies, the container was found to contain 4 vehicles with concealed quantities of 156 packets of Colorado Indica, a strain of cannabis weighing 78 kilograms, and 1.2 kilograms of hashish oil. The second container was intercepted on 24th October 2025, following actionable intelligence provided by the Customs Area Controller. The container, also carrying 4 vehicles, was found to conceal 2,081 packages of cannabis indica weighing 1,093 kilograms and 8 packages of crystal methamphetamine weighing 8 kilograms. In line with established interagency collaboration protocols, the seized narcotic substances have been formally handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for further investigation, prosecution, and other necessary legal actions, the statement noted. The area controller commended the NDLEA and other partner security agencies, including the Nigeria Police Force, the Nigerian Navy, and other stakeholders for their continued collaboration in combating drug trafficking and other transnational crimes. Niger Delta Power Holding Company has announced the commencement of a 4-week routine maintenance exercise at its 430 megawatt Geregu power plant in Kogi State. The scheduled inspection, being handled by the plant's original equipment manufacturer, Siemens Energy, began this week and is expected to last for about a month. According to a statement signed and released by the company's head of corporate communications and external relations, Emmanuel Ojo, on Saturday, the exercise is part of ongoing efforts to improve operational efficiency and sustain optimal generation levels. During an on-the-spot assessment of the maintenance activities on Friday, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NDPHC, Jennifer Adigije, said the inspection would significantly enhance the plant's performance and reliability once completed. She added that the maintenance underscores NDPHC's commitment to ensuring a consistent power supply and meeting its obligations to the national grid. The Geregu plant, of one of NDPHC's key generation assets under the National Integrated Power Project, contributes significantly to Nigeria's electricity mix. The company says similar maintenance schedules was being planned across its other facilities to ensure sustained delivery and equipment health. You are still watching the news on Atlantic Television Network, and up next is International Tidbits. Thailand's former queen, Sirikit, the mother of the current king, Bajira Longkorn, and wife of the nation's longest reigning monarch, died late Friday at the age of 93, the palace said. The royal family is venerated in Thailand, treated by many as semi-divine figures and lavished with glowing media coverage and gold-adorned portraits hanging in public spaces and private homes nationwide. Throughout a 6-year marriage to King Bhumibol Adulyadej, Sirikit carved a dual reputation as a fashionista and the nation's caring matriarch, with some Western media featuring her on magazine covers and comparing her to former U.S. First Lady Jackie Kennedy. Sirikit has suffered several illnesses. While hospitalized in 2019, including a blood infection this month, the palace said in a statement, King Vajiralongkorn has assigned members of the royal family to begin a year-long mourning period, the palace said. From early Saturday, Thai news anchors were seen wearing black during broadcast, a sign of public mourning. Her passing marks a profoundly significant event for the Thai royal family and the entire nation, giving her immense popularity and deep connection to the late king who remains deeply revered. Pavin Chachavalpongum, a former Thai diplomat and academic who studies the monarchy, told AFP. U.S. President Donald Trump headed for Asia on Saturday and high-stakes trade talks with Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping, saying that he would also like to meet North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on his trip. Trump is set to meet Xi in South Korea on the last day of his regional swing in a bid to seal a deal to end the bruising trade war between the world's two biggest economies. He will also visit Malaysia and Japan on his first trip to Asia since he returned to the White House in January in a blaze of tariffs and international deal-making. Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One that he hoped for a very good meeting with Xi, adding that he expected China to make a deal to avoid further 100% tariffs that are due to come into effect on November 1. As he left Washington, Trump added to speculation that he could meet Kim for the first time since 2019 while on the Korean Peninsula. The two leaders last met in Hanoi during Trump's first term. Kim has said he would also be open to meeting the U.S. president if Washington drops its demand that Pyongyang give up its nuclear arsenal. Seoul's reunification minister has said there is a considerable chance that Trump and Kim will meet while the U.S. leader is in South Korea, mainly for a regional summit. And here now is ATN Sports News. Fulham midfielder Alex Iwobi has become the first Nigerian footballer to make 300 appearances in the Premier League. Iwobi hit the milestone when he featured against Newcastle United at St James Park on Saturday. The 29-year-old made his debut in the English top flight against Swansea City in October 2015. At the time, he was in the books of Arsenal. Iwobi played 100 league games for the Gunners, 123 matches for Everton, and 77 now for Fulham. Across his 299 Premier League outings, Iwobi has contributed 69 goal involvement, comprising 32 goals and 37 assists. Iwobi is also just the 5th African player to reach the milestone. The Super Eagles playmaker is only behind Kolo Toure, 353, Mohamed Salah, 309, Wilfred Zaha, 305, and Jordan Ayew, 305. Super Eagles head coach Eric Chell has declared his team's readiness for the clash for the forthcoming 26th FIFA World Cup playoff ties with Gabon. The playoff semi-final tie is slated for Morocco on Thursday, 13 November. The winner will face either Cameroon or Democratic Republic of Congo in the final. Gabon has a number of top quality players in that team, including Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Charlie said he would fashion out a way of stopping their opponent. Newly promoted Sunderland pulled off a sensational 2-1 victory over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Saturday thanks to a dramatic stoppage time winner from Chemsdine Taubi. This is the first time in 9 years that the Black Cats have beaten the Blues in the league. The last time Sunderland beat Chelsea in the Premier League was on May 7, 2016. That match at the Stadium of Light and ended 3-2 in favour of Sunderland with Wabi, Fabio Borini and Jermaine Defoe finding the Premier League, propelling Sunderland to second place on the table, just 2 points behind leaders Arsenal. Liverpool manager Arne Slot has brushed aside concerns over Mohamed Salah's recent goal drought, insisting the Egyptian forward scoring touch will return soon. Salah, who has scored just 3 goals 3 times this season, one from the penalty spot, has now gone 6 matches without finding the net. His last appearance saw him come off the bench for just 16 minutes in Liverpool's midweek Champions League victory over Eintracht Frankfurt. The forward's deep in form dates back to March with only 5 goals in his last 23 games. That win in Germany ended Liverpool's worst run of results since 2016, but whether Salah's form contributed to that slump or was a consequence of it remains open to debate. The Dutch coach also pointed to Liverpool's summer overhaul, including the departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid and a £450 million influx of new players as a factor in the team's growing pains. And now entertainment news. Veteran Hollywood actress Ngozi Nwosu has revealed that she called off her wedding after enduring repeated physical abuse from her then partner. Speaking in an interview, the actress recounted how her partner once dragged her by the hair until she bled. She said it was an experience that pushed her to end the relationship a day before their wedding. And also revealed that despite pressure from family and her partner to proceed, she refused to sign the marriage papers. The actress warned women against staying in abusive relationships, stressing that violence should never be excused. And that's the global news for the night. Before we go, another look at the major stories. Delta Police arrest major arms supplier, recover arsenal. Abu Zaria denies alleged secret nuclear weapon project. Presidency clarifies reason for sacking service chiefs. Bank of Agriculture launches £200 million fund for displaced Nigerians. Trump heads to Asia for G talks. Eyes Kim meeting. Sunderland shocks Chelsea with 2-1 win at Stamford Bridge. Actress Ngozi Nwosu speaks against domestic violence. I am Favor Chikwesri Michael. Thank you for watching. You can follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, now X at Atlantic TV Network, on Facebook and YouTube at Atlantic Television Network, and on Instagram at Atlantic TV Network. And don't forget peace and unity and the pathways to progress. Do have a wonderful night rest.